Go ahead, man.
Guys, you go start off.
All right. Again, thanks Sean for having me on. I'm Reggie with Ironstone Kennels, located in Southern Maryland.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
How you doing, Sean? My name Dion Key with Toughen Up Corsos, located in Southern Maryland, part of the Corso Brotherhood. I got see I founded Corsos maybe 20 years ago. At PG, I live in PG. I was living in PG County. In the PG County, my father used to breed pit bulls, and PG County got real bad, and they started fighting pit bulls. So they in the county, there's a few people who don't take too many people. There's couple bad apples and made it bad for everybody. So they outlawed pit bulls, American pit bulls in PG County. So eventually, I was looking for a dog. I was in love with the pit bull, and I couldn't find a dog that matched. So I went looking. I happened running to the Carne Corso on the puppy find page. So I done owned Carne Corsos for like the last 20 years, and I've been breeding them for the last five.
Uh, I got into the Connie Corsos in 2013, and my story is a little similar. Actually, I bought a pit bull for my daughter, and got a notice on the door that I had to get rid of her. It was a female. I had to get rid of her. So my father-in-law, Buddy, used to breed the Connie Corsos. I want to say he was breeding back in like maybe like 2010, or they was breeding for a while. But at the time when he had to get rid of the pit bull, he introduced me to his friend that's located out here in Southern Maryland as well. Uh, and I started off. I bought one, and I like how it was going. So maybe like a few weeks later, I bought another one. So I started off with two and just raised them up from maybe like 2012, 2013 until today. So I've been dealing with the breed since 2012 or 2013. I forget the year really, but I know it was around that time. Uh, Again, this is my second time on. Like I say, it's a great breed. Uh, I try to do like a lot of like education on it. I try to learn much as possible about the Connie Corso, because it's just a very majestic type dog. I'm just very intrigued with it. I speak with a ton of people on a daily basis about this breed. Just you know, searching and just trying to find out much information as possible to to teach or help the people in my area, because a lot of people just like the dogs because of the size or how it look. I got more into what the dog was really about, what they were really using the dogs for, and stuff like that. Uh, uh Well, from the last 2 years, several import dogs, several great American line dogs. Um, it's been quite a journey. It's been quite a journey, a good one at that though. Uh, I think last time we spoke, I spoke on the Connie Corso Brotherhood, which we do yearly. Dion, Mr. Dion, right here, and we have like two to three other people that's in our we'll call them like moderators or admins of this group. So we'll do like a yearly cookout and have just if you have a Connie Corso, you just come on out. We have vendors there. We have dog trainers there. It's been a great experience with that. Uh, you can cut in
Yeah.
anytime.
Also, also, we do a lot of socialization there. We introduce people to the breed. We teach people about the breed. We teach them about the temperament of the dog, the function of the dog. It's for people to get together, like minded, and to share their point of views and educational. educational wealth with each other, so we can try to solidify the breed to get it back to well, not get it back, to let everybody know what the breed is mainly about, so it won't get basically so it won't be viewed as a bad dog, because we want to try to keep the Connie Corso off the bad dog list, and we also want to keep people that's buying the dog just for the look or just for the size from buying it, because we also do a lot of rehoming too. So people call us and buy a dog, and they realize 6 months later, oh, this ain't the dog for me. So we try to get the people before they go buy a dog, say, okay, I want this dog because it's black. I want this dog because I want it to be 180 pounds, which don't exist. So we try to cut those people out, and we also try to teach people, that the dog's not a bad dog. You got to spend the time.
The main thing, sir, is the education part of it. So we won't have a lot of dogs in our area and in the shelters and stuff like that. We help with that. Like we definitely are breeders, but we help with every aspect of the breed. Like even if you didn't buy the dog from us, you could have just had a Connie Corso, period. And if you reach out to us, we'll definitely try to find a home, make sure that the dog is get to a better situation, a better place. We put our all into it. Like I say, it's a team of us. Like we'll call around, reach out to others. Like
Right.
we know people that wants the Connie Corso, and and is willing to take the dog in and do right by the dog. So we do a lot of different things as far as the breed. Oh, you got something to say?
We have also talking people to keeping their dogs and getting training, because a lot of times people just don't want to put the time in. So we also have people and actually got them to keep their dogs and work with them at no cost, so we can make sure the dog had the best environment and the family had the best environment.
For sure.
Yeah. We have imported in about five dogs. I done bought 2 dogs for Tony Scanning. I done bought a dog from Alcor. I'm actually into learning how to breed. Instead of just breeding, I'm learning how to breed correctly to produce the right dog.
So what would you guys say is the correct temperament for the Connie Corso? What are you guys breeding towards as far as the temperament and the structure?
Basically, a great family-oriented dog, very kind of like elusive towards strangers. Really just want to protect the household. I'm gonna say this, Sean, with the import dogs to the American line dogs, I honestly want to say that we produce some of the, in my opinion, the greatest temperament of the Connie Corso, because it is showing and doing all aspects of what we think the dog should do, as far as what we learn from a daily basis, is just reaching out, talking, and that temperament, it shows. I get a lot of text messages, phone calls, like, Reggie, man, I really appreciate this. This was a great dog as far as temperament. I have some dogs that like just been through training and just excelled. I mean, like totally just excelled in it. Like it's a great thing to see.
Yeah. Well, we also want, we're trying to breed towards a stable temperament dog. You said a Connie Corso they should be aloof, so they should be aware of their surroundings, but they shouldn't attack anybody from just because they see a person, they shouldn't attack it. So it's the same dog that could be able to curl up in your house and play with your 2-year-old, should be the same dog to know when to protect the family. So we trying to breed an even temperament dog, a dog that can go in society, and you can walk the dog down the street that's confident, that's not going to just attack people. But if it need to, it will protect. And we also really like a lot of people looking for dogs that don't exist. So we trying to be the healthier dog. It's not the smaller dog. It's not the bigger dog. It's a dog right where it's supposed to be at in size and structure. We breed for the right head type, the right muzzle type, the third of the skull for the muzzle. The dog that's energetic, the dog that's not sitting on the couch, the dog that can walk and can do everything that's supposed to do.
Who are some of your guys' mentors in the Connie Corso game?
Go first.
Yeah, for me, I speak with a lot of people. Tony's one. Again, Kenneth James. I do talk with Kenneth when he's not too busy out there in Italy doing his thing. Uh, Now I've been speaking with Shauna Demores, Mike Satilli. I mean, a lot of the old heads that like was in the breed from the beginning, I reach out and talk to. I try to get on some of the boards on either Facebook or Instagram and indulge in some of those conversations to learn, to give my opinion or what I think or what I feel. And just it's just a group of guys that like we have a group chat and we just talk dogs on a daily basis every single day. Giving our information, our input on what we feel or what we think, or just listen to one another's vision. Uh, Honestly, I don't have like a main source.
It's
But
kind of like you gotta be in the in crowd, kind of in crowd. But the person I've been talking to mostly lately is Dirk Matson from Alcor. He's pretty. Man, he gonna ramble. He gonna talk to you for hours, but you gonna get a lot. You gonna get a lot at one time if you get him on the phone.
Mhm.
Tony Scanny is also like Reginald said, is a good influence, and I believe that he do well by the breed. But there's a lot of people, but a lot of stuff you have to do research on your own, because it's like I said, it's kind of an in crowd. If you ain't in an in crowd, a lot of people ain't gonna mess with you. They don't want to let you win.
We work out dogs. We have a few trainers that we deal with. You interviewed Evelyn before. Hands down,
Maybe
Evelyn is yeah,
is
she's amazing with the training as far as like just simple like sit, stay, the eating thing. Like she does very
obedient.
well with obedience training. Period.
Yeah.
Yep. Uh, uh, Triple C K9, Leroy, he does very well with it. Everybody has their own techniques.
I done seen that guy turn around dogs that gonna get put would have got put down. Went for Leroy, the dog would have got put down. He's amazing, and he's an expert in training the Connie Corso breed. So I like
right.
Leroy.
Yeah.
Even up and coming, one of our good friends, Vincent Winters, VFW, Connie Corso. He has some great techniques. He got a few dogs. I went over and he can make the dogs lay in position. The dog will not move unless he give his command. And I commend him for it because that's just showing that you put in the time and with your dogs that it deserves. So, like anyone that's doing anything productive with the dog, hands down, I really want to congratulate. If I know you, I don't, man. And if I miss you, I apologize. But
Right.
there's a lot of people that really do great by these dogs, and
And
especially in our area right now. We've been working on our area, Sean,
yeah,
and and
we trying to get there. But also in this breed, I learned. I had to teach Reggie too. Sometimes you just got to be quiet and let people tell a story on what the breed is, and you got to get through a lot of BS until you can get to the root. But if you talking and you kind of argue, you'll never get to the root. So sometimes when they spit in BS, it'll be a lot of truth in there too. So
Right.
sometimes it's best to just be quiet and listen, and you might learn something.
sometimes I had conversations, Sean. I feel like the dog it's like kind of like all over the place. I really believe like in a breed that all these dogs should look like, no matter the color,
Mm-hmm.
but features and temperament wise, structure, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I really feel that it should be all the same. And sometimes, you're looking at the dogs, and the dogs are kind of like all over the place. It's been over 40 years since they, quote unquote, recreated the dog or try to save it from extinction. 30, 40 years. And I know what they say, revolution. It's not
Evolution.
that far. Yeah,
Yeah.
evolution. I'm sorry,
Mhm.
evolution. It's not going to change drastically like it is.
Mhm.
And also temperament. Dogs' temperament shouldn't be all over the place. Like the dogs be aloof, but like you said, it shouldn't want to bite everybody, and it shouldn't run to hide its tail either. It's supposed to be a
Yeah.
confident dog.
Mhm.
Mm.
Uh, I'm really interested in creating line of the dogs that we have. Um, I want to keep it consistent. I want to keep the look consistent, the temperament consistent. And I truly just that's really like one of my main goals. I want you to know when you see a Ironstone production that you know what it is. And I still feel like I have a long way to go. I feel like I do study a lot, but I still have ways to go. But you know, my brother here, I use dogs off his yard. We do things together, and like right now, what I see is like we there in a way, but we still got something going to go.
Yeah, I'm looking to same thing. I'm looking for the. I want to produce the best, healthiest dog that's close to type possible. So I want to have a healthy dog that's going to live, can walk, can jump, can dive, can do everything it's supposed to do. If I need to, if somebody want to hunt, whether they can take it or hunt, I want to produce the best dog to do what it's supposed to do. I'm also another 10 years. I should be, by that time I'll be retired from my regular job. I believe I want to take the dog. I want to get into the show ring. So lately we've been trying to get to the shows. We want to get in the show ring. So we got some good people that we've been following. Um, Vicky Venza, if I say her last name right,
Yeah.
Kate Rose. It's a lot of people out there we following that we believe that you can get us to where we want to go.
And
Oh, sorry, Sean. I want to get
go.
back to that mentor thing. Uh, I really don't have like a mentor. Mentor. It kind of stuck with me when you said it. I talk to a lot of different people, and the reason is that because sometimes you may get locked in with one or two uh, people that you're talking to, and sometimes a person will try to persuade you to think like them or
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
be on the same thing they are, and I'm just not that guy. I think I can learn some stuff from you, and I'll take what you got to give, but I'm not going to take your word for gold. And that's even some
Right.
of the top breeders right now.
Got
Uh,
like that coat mentality.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna learn what I can learn from you, you know, and I'll tell you thank you, and I'll move on. I'll reach out to you and talk to you, and just talk dogs with you, and see what else I can learn from you, or maybe I got some information that I can give. So I'll try to have a fair conversation, but I'm not gonna lock myself in just one particular person, because sometimes when you do that, I've seen a lot that they'll try to persuade you or make you think like how they're thinking, and
Right.
and I just don't think it's fair.
And like in our brother and sisterhood, it's kind of close to brotherhood, but we all like me and Reginald, Vinny, Cornell, we all talk every day, man. We all don't agree on the same thing. We
Yeah.
basically the same circle, but we bump heads. I might tell Reggie might tell me something today. I say Reggie don't know what he's talking about. 2 months later, I say Reggie, you know what, you was right. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, but we all keep each other sharp. We all keep each other sharp, and we hold each other accountable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys, can you talk about the differences between the American and the European lines? I know it's like a big debate in recent times. So kind of, can you guys, in your own words, describe what you think the differences are between the Europeans and the American Corsos?
I, really, honestly, look, I got a female over here that Dion produced, and I
Mm.
got a female from Romania. She's half Italian, half Romania, so she's half I'm gonna say Bocce line, but it's Capardio. That's the real line, but I just say Bocce because he was the breeder, and Anka. Hers is
Pol-
Polosamus.
Pol- yeah.
CC. I really can't. But she made her real close. If you ever see this, I'm sorry, but I can't pronounce the name correct. But far as they temperament is like one of the same. Far as the look is one of the same. They definitely very protective. I mean, and I like the females a lot. You know, I put more of my time into the females, and that's just because what I see them do. You know what I'm saying? Far as like with teaching and they pups and when they delivering and you just not having like man, I was really gone off there because like they never had like puppies before and she just like it just clicked in and all the stuff just came to her and they just worked it out. That's any female dog, any breed, just pay attention to them because in my opinion, I feel like they give off more traits, more of the temperament than the dad. And that's just my opinion, and that's just what I recognize. So that's why I say that. But far as one from overseas and then the American, not too much. A lot of difference sometimes is like
It depends.
sometimes the American dog, the black and tan. That's it.
I,
That's it. There's a lot of great American dogs though.
I
I'm
think
not gonna take nothing away from the American side. There's a lot of great American breeders out here that really have great dogs. Shauna, uh, Tony, Dirk. I mean, it's a lot of them. Like some of the
Barbara
dogs I
Davis
don't like.
like dogs.
Oh, Barbara
That's
Davis,
dog.
and she doing what we done. She got an import dog, an import male, and took it to a American female. And I promise, I text her all the time like, Barbara, them dogs are nice. She's like, thanks, brother. And I'm just to me, it's like you just having the best of both worlds
Right.
when you put them together.
I,
But
I,
it's just a type. You know what I'm saying? You know, like a lot of different dogs. Sorry, but I didn't mean to cut you off. But
but
it's a lot of different type of Connie Corso. I just try to choose the ones that like in that same category. They all kind of like they resemble much as possible to try to like to keep them how I need them.
yeah, for me and originally, because I'm a smaller dog person. Reggie was a bigger dog person at first. I was a smaller type. And then we decided to meet in the middle. But
Yeah.
for me, it's like the dogs that I have seen so far, the European, the ones that I think we got imported in, they they look good, actually look good, but they're more of a leaner dog. They're more leaner. I can't say they're more athletic because I have plenty of athletic American dogs, but I think they're a little leaner. I think the American dogs used to be a little bigger, but most people are get them down to size to what they should be. Um, but both of the temperament is normally the same. The temperament go from dog to dog because I done had dogs that was scary, that was from America. But I had dogs that was kind of shy in the beginning, but that's with Connie Corso that happened from imports. But turn around being a real confident dog. So I think it's mostly the size. And with Americans, it's hard for us to agree on anything. Everybody had the best, so everybody got the best. Instead of trying to fix a dog, everybody want to breed for what they want, which is normally bigger.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes, Sean, it's on how the dogs are being raised as well. So,
Mm-hmm.
like I say, I have one. Well, I have two import dogs here now, and my American line dog as well. And it's all how they raised, how they taught, and how they brought up, and they pretty much act the same,
Mm-hmm.
about the same size and everything. Both of my girls jump a 6 foot fence easily.
Mm-hmm.
All I gotta do is call. They over the gate.
Right over it.
Right over the gate. They jumping over the kennels, 10 by 10, 6 foot kennel, easily. If I take too long to get off work or something, Oh, they over the gate. They be in the yard just walking around like, oh, you took too long, you know. And it's the same. It's the same. It's the same temperament. It's just really all on what us as handlers, pet owners, breeders, what we put into the dog. I think that's what we'll get out of it.
Right.
No matter where the dog is from, it's us as the owners to put that time in to get the best out of our dog.
What would you say the biggest issue right now for the Corso is for like health and temperament and structure and all that? What are some of the things that you guys have to be mindful
of? Health is the main one. My brother takes the dog down daily to get the OFAs and the hearts and stuff like that checked. We just want to push for a healthy dog. So if you do get a dog that you get to enjoy years and years of the dog from us, we just don't want to be smacking the dogs together and producing stuff that we shouldn't produce or will cause like issues or someone get just we just don't want a messed up dog basically. Like we don't want you to get that dog and then it's like, oh my gosh, like. And I've seen it a lot. I help people a lot. There's one lady in our group. She's like, Reggie, my dog, this, and this. And I mean, I felt bad for her. The dog had cherry eye, hip dysplasia, all at the same time. I'm like, man, you should just, a lot of times people, they rushing to get the dogs and not doing their homework. And a lot of times, I mean, it caused issues the whole way, far as from them to now they want to get rid of the dog, and now maybe the dog is going to the pound. So it's like a trickle effect if us as breeders not doing the right thing from the get go.
You got to do your due diligence.
of?
So like OFA, hips and elbow, heart, that's mandatory. You have to get it done to make sure that you produce. And that because you got two healthy dogs don't mean you can produce a healthy puppy though. Stuff happens. Nature. But that's main. Now we start and do embark. So we started doing that for the disease panel so we can check to make sure the two dogs that we put together comfortable to each other. So we're not putting two dogs basically like two parents, like two human parents. One parent could have sickle cell trait, the other one can have sickle cell trait, but neither one of them can have sickle cell. But if you put them two dogs together, you put them two parents together, kids gonna have the sickle cell. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we are clearing all diseases to make sure we put the right dogs together health wise first. And for as far as structure, we want to build a nice dog, a nice male, 120, 130 pounds, female, 100 pounds at 10 pounds, 95 pounds, as long as she can do what she's supposed to do, got correct chest height, muzzle, like color. We're not big on color. We joke about the black and tan all the time because that's what we do, but we really don't care the color. As long as the dog looked like it's supposed to look, had the structure, the temperament, and can do what it's supposed to do, we happy with the dog.
And what are some of the major health issues right now? Is it hearts or
hip dysplasia?
Hip dysplasia.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, hip. Some dogs. Some dogs that I know came from, not from none of the breeders that I deal with, but some dogs came from overseas that had epilepsy issues.
right?
I done ran across several videos on the Facebook or Instagram, and people just don't know what to do. So stuff like that, like that's some of the issues I seen from overseas.
Yeah.
I know there's a few people here in America, but not in our state as much. I talk to maybe one or two people like in one of the groups that we monitor around, and like they dogs suffer from epilepsy, but not too many. I've seen a lot from out of the country or like other states, but
like
I mean, it's a lot of. I'm sorry, it's a lot of people like now. Like you do have some people that's pushing for the health tests and things like that to try to make the breed better because we're gonna have to do it as a unit. Like we have to, and we have to wean out the ones that's not interested in the dog. They interested in what they can make out of the dog or the money part of dealing with this breed. Like I get frustrated with it a lot because I really care about it. Like I I I, I put several thousands and thousands into my program as far as like the setup, kennel, uh, whelping house, just
Dog.
stuff like that. Dogs,
Yeah.
everything. The food
But
they eat some of the best food right now.
also,
The
this hip dysplasia is a real big problem. Some of it's hereditary, some of it just happen, but some of it as humans we cause ourselves because we consider like we try to educate people because the first thing they want to do, people want to do is get their puppy and want to know why my dog ain't weighing 100 pounds and it's 12 weeks old, which it shouldn't.
Right. Right.
So we got to teach people. We try to educate people how to feed the dog, how to not let the dog jump, and not to take a 3-month dog on a 5-mile walk. We try to educate people how the dog should be taken care of. That also helps. So we try to educate people on how to take care of their dogs. But hip dysplasia is a real big problem here in the United States.
Right. You guys haven't seen much of the epilepsy, huh?
We haven't
nah,
seen. Thank God.
nah.
Yeah,
But
they're not good.
people in our area that like once they like get in contact, you sit there and listen to the story. Like I said, it's been like maybe like 2 people that I talked to from our area. And I always want to see the pedigree. Like you send me the pedigree, I want to take a look at it and see like what's there. And a lot of times that might don't even be accurate sometimes. So
Right.
it just
But
never know. So they always like, well, I got it from someone that had it, and it's always a long story.
we
But
also we get pedigree. We don't know we got other people uh like I said, Barbara, William Wise, my buddy Dwayne Lewis up in Ohio. We got the people that we send it to double check us to make sure that we not buying a dog with epilepsy or
Uh-huh.
putting a dog with epilepsy, with another dog that 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 might cause. First thing first, we want to produce healthy puppies. So we don't want any dogs out there with epilepsy, and that's a big thing. The second thing about epilepsy, the cause epilepsy, sometimes people get the flea and tick, and they get the vets recommend. I can't say the name, but they recommend flea and ticks. That to get them to choose the last 3 months. And so that's giving your dogs 3 months worth of poison at one time, and that also cause dogs to have seizures as well. So we try to get people to get once a month flea and ticks, and that also helps with cut down some of the hepatitis that's not genetic.
Right.
for me, that's me.